Hey guys, this is Camfrey15 and I'm back at it with another video for you guys, and this is another One Piece anime review for you guys. So let's get into it because this episode I thought was a pretty good episode and very hilarious and funny. Now, this is One Piece episode 932. I know we're gonna get to episode 1000 in like the next sometime next year, but we'll get there. Man, who knows? Maybe we'll get there in 2 years. But anyways, let's talk about it. Where we last left off last week. Obviously, Queen made the thing about Luffy being in like essentially the battle royale type of sumo wrestling match where Luffy has to essentially fight his way off, and then Luffy gives the whole if I win, or if I or he challenges Queen, like, if he gives a typical speech where it's like, well, if I kick your ass, let me go. So, anyways, the episode starts off with Queen and the other Beast pirates just laughing at Luffy's statement. They're like, "Ha ha ha ha! You think you can really do that? It's funny. You make good jokes, kid." Essentially, and stuff like that. Now, the other Beast pirates, they actually start going in and filling in the ring, and they're filling in the ring, and they're going in to start to fight Luffy. Now, the prisoners think Hiyu and Luffy are gonna die, so they turn away not to see it. But then Queen's like, no, 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 you ain't turning away. Look at this, because this is what happens if you think about defying us. Now, when the first batch of pirates comes in, Luffy just uses straight up conquerors hockey on them, and he just is like, dude, these guys are trash. He's just done with them. So then Queen starts calling the pleasures to come in to go fight Luffy, and then we cut to Kawamatasu's cage, and he's wants Luffy to make sure Hiyu is gonna stay alive and stuff like that, and that's the last we see of him. Now we cut to back to the bathhouse, and we see that Hawkins and Drake are at the bathhouse just waiting out there. Now Drake, he's out there for Soba Mask, or as we know, Sanji, and stuff like that. And I think he's doing that because of what happened with Page One. I definitely think Page One told X Drake that, hey, there's this guy calling himself Soba Mask, and he beat me up for it, and he escaped. Now Hawkins, he goes into the bathhouse, and he goes on to say, like, yo, if you have a reverse crescent moon on your ankle, you're coming with us. And I anticipate either they're gonna get executed by Kaido or Orochi, or they'll probably be taken to Udon prison for it. Again, it's probably because they probably got that word from Orochi, who then told Kaido, who then Kaido told his other people, that, listen, they're apparently Orochi saying there's some rebels going on and stuff like that. So it makes sense. Anyways, it cuts to Shinobu, and Shinobu's thinking like, who would know about that information that, you know, about the, reverse crescent moons, especially on their side. So she thinks someone is leaking the plan. So it's pretty interesting. So there could be a traitor amongst us. Now, in the meantime, Nami and Robin, they're hiding behind Shinobu, but they know they can't. So Robin, she gets her little arms ready, and she knows that, listen, we're gonna eventually get spotted. So I got your back, Nami. So Nami, she kind of just, kind of gets out of from behind Shinobu, and she kind of is like, "Hey, look, it's just me. I'm just an innocent bystander." But Hawkins knows enough because he's seen Luffy's crew, and he knows Luffy's crew, if anything. And he knows Luffy's crew is there in Wano. He's like, whoa, 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 wait. I know who you are, essentially, and he knows that's Nami, most definitely. But then I don't know if she's doing this by accident or she's doing this on purpose. But essentially, Nami's towel drops, and she is just in the nude, full open. So everybody, all the guys in the bathhouse and all the girls in the bathhouse are just have heart eyes, and they're just looking at her body. I found it funny in this scene because there was this one grandma who's like, "My goodness, her body is a national treasure," which I was dying in this scene. When I saw that, I was like, "Man, those people are lucky as hell. Anybody would love to pay to see Nami's body, especially her naked." Then all of a sudden, we see our lovable fry cook, our lovable cook, Sanji, in his Germa 66 outfit, essentially pull a Fishman Island arc where he's just bleeding from the nose nonstop. And heck, he was bleeding so much that it just, it gets on his Germa 66 gear and it's even in his freaking, face mask and everything. And what I found freaking hilarious is that Nami's like, who is that? But Robin's like, Sanji? And I'm like, oh my goodness, this fool. And yes, he was invisible and stuff like that. And it's funny because Sanji's like, my life has been made now, and stuff like that. Now, Drake actually comes in because now he heard that Silver Mask is in there. And then he kind of just passes out or faints because he can't take it. Now, Hawkins is like, whoa, 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 dude. Don't tell me you can't handle women, seeing naked women like this. And he's like, no, no, it's not that. We're both from the frickin' North Blue. It's him. It's because he's Germa 66. Is he Sora? The Stealth Black? And just like Law did in that one Sanji episode when he first debuts, Stealth Black, Hawkins and Drake, since they're both from North Blue, they start fanboying too over Sanji's German 66 costume. So it's funny too. So it's interesting that I don't know if I don't know if they originally told them when they were first introduced if they were from the North Blue, but it is pretty cool that if you didn't know that, you now know now that they're from the North Blue. Now Nami, Robin, and Shinobu sees this as an opportunity to escape because of the distraction Sanji came up with. But then, Hawkins doesn't let them. Sanji eventually starts fighting Hawkins and Drake, and he's doing all these stupid moves, and then, they're both calling out these moves and stuff like that. Like, Drake's like, he's got an accelerator boost? He can fly too? It's funny because he's just fanboying like freaking Law did. Now, Sanji eventually, gets the girls and essentially takes them and flies away to get them to safety. And he's going to take the girls to Usopp and the others. Sanji also does give some valuable information saying that Beppo and other of Law's crewmates have been captured by the Beast Pirates and that they're possibly doing that. And the Beast Pirates are possibly doing that so they can lure out, excuse me, to lure out Trafalgar Law, which is interesting. I think now Nami makes a point saying, well, Law, even though he doesn't look like he does care about his crewmates. No, I think Law's smart enough not to go after the crewmates, knowing he knows he'll find a way to get them back somehow, and things like that. And, they fly off to go there. Now, that's where we cut off their little storyline. We cut back to Luffy, and Luffy, he's just beating everybody, beating all these pirates up. He's going second gear and everything. Now, Luffy, he starts to say, like, he feels, lighter and, a little bit stronger because the cuffs are up and he's not as fatigued as he would typically be. And it goes to show that, the Sea Prism Stone cuffs actually worked in terms of helping Luffy get stronger. Or more, I guess you can say, have, have more endurance, essentially. But still, Luffy, he starts thinking like he even looks at his hands like, this ain't it. This ain't enough. I need something else because he knows, because he even does a flashback to the Luffy versus Kaido fight, and he's like, and Luffy's just saying like, this isn't enough to beat Kaido. Like, I'm legit not even, it's just not enough to beat him and stuff like that. So, obviously, that's gonna probably be a hint at the fact that Luffy is gonna find or get some new technique to make him stronger, to be able to, I guess, confront Kaido and be, I wouldn't say on an equal footing, but maybe find a way that will have the edge against Kaido. Now, it cuts to Ringo in the last few minutes of this episode. Now, there's this big figure of all these weapons on his back that kills this other guy, and then he takes this weapon. He's going across this bridge, and then we see Zoro, and Zoro is like, so you're the guy that took my sword, didn't you? And essentially, the dude kind of confirms that he is, and we find out, now I find out his name in the next episode preview, which is Guka Mara, or I think that's how you say his name. I'll get it right next week. But essentially, he's saying like, listen, the reason why I took your sword is because you stole from somebody else, and you stole the sword Sushi, which is the legendary samurai Ryuma's, which obviously, as we know, Ryuma was the one skeleton, person back in Thriller Bark. And next week, Zoro is going to fight this guy to get his sword back, and apparently fight another guy too, who's targeting him. And just from the few seconds alone of the next episode preview, from what I saw, the animation looks crazy. There was this one animation in the next episode preview where Zoro's legit sliding on the freaking snow, and it looked phenomenal. If anything, if anybody has an issue with the One Piece anime, the one thing you gotta say is about the One Arc is the animation is top tier here. And I even think that, for the next coming weeks, One Piece is actually having some of their best, animators for the episode actually come in and do these. I think one of the best animators for the episode, I think the one who did the first episode of Wano was actually coming in to do next week's episode. So, yeah, this episode was good. I liked it a lot. It hints at a lot of stuff that, one, apparently there could be a traitor amongst this coalition who we don't know yet. Now, in terms of the manga, we all know who it was. I'm not gonna say it for spoiler purposes if you're an anime only, but apparently it seems like there is a traitor amongst us, and who's leaking information out about the rebellion essentially, as well as it looks like Luffy apparently is gonna try to find something to get stronger, or he's gonna try to find a new technique or something like that to get him stronger. So the things going forward are pretty interesting. And I still don't know how Luffy's gonna escape this whole Queen situation. Now they did, even the next episode preview, they did show a little bit of Big Mom, so I envision maybe that's the way they're gonna break Luffy out, is the fact that Big Mom might just raid the thing and somehow, I guess, remember her memories. Now, as the collars be taken off, I don't know. But yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see where One Piece will be headed in terms of episodes. So, other than that, guys, if you like the video, leave a like. Put in the comment section your thoughts on this episode. As hit the subscribe button for more One Piece content. So till then, guys, I'm gonna get up here. It's Camper 15. Hopefully, you guys are staying safe out there. So till then, peace.